First, I didn't get a lead for about 2 days, and I was saying, I've been scammed because you were living in Bali or something. Nah, then a couple came in, and one was a big fence at a hotel in Wellington, and then there was a couple out the hut and a few more, and I was thinking, oh yeah, all right. Then I started calling them, and sure enough, they were, yeah. So I went out, had a look at them. I remember I priced one straight away off that job. I got a deposit. I went and bought a post hole borer, and then we smashed it out. Then we went and smashed out like 3 or 4 more fences, and we signed up.
Yeah, where were you kind of at the start before we worked together? What problems were you facing?
We had commercial window install contracts, me and one of my buddies, and we were cranking, and then we just sort of there's a bit of a recession. We sort of went our separate. I had a couple of small jobs lined up between just word of mouth from friends of friends and mates' dad and stuff, doing a few decks, and they sort of dried up, and I had no real work coming in, nothing, no fresh leads. Sort of getting the best offers I was getting was sort of like $40 wages in a ute or a van, and I'll be running a crew of guys, slogging out 45, 40-hour weeks, and walk away from that, $1,600 to pay tax, and that's $1,200 wasn't going to cut it. So, yeah, I remember I've seen one of your ads on Instagram.
And if you don't mind sharing some of the successes you've had over the last year or so, I think you got a house and been doing a lot of fishing.
Yeah, bought a house, brand new boat, brand new Hilux. So we're doing pretty good.
No,
it's
awesome.
all with hard work though, like none of it. A lot of guys, and a few of my mates were like, oh, you wouldn't be able to do all this without the lead guy and stuff. I was like, yeah, like that's true. He helped me get a lot of leads and things as well. But you don't just rock up to these jobs and you don't just get them straight away either, right? Like,
no,
like he's putting the ingredients in front of me, but you still got to know how to put it all together to get to the end goal. I generally, what I do is I say to people like, for a deck, for instance, like people are like, pine deck, a pine deck. There's two different, there's either a pine deck, which is your run of the mill, it just does decking, right? Or you can go up to a hardwood deck, and it's like, if you got a 20 square meters, we put the same amount of effort into a pine deck as we do for a hardwood. The only really difference is the cost and the decking itself, and it's like, why would you not spend the extra $1,500 and go for the hardwood decking? The deck's it's going to last longer. It's going to look heaps nicer. That's by taking the samples with you, showing them, talking about how, and taking a piece of pine and just talking about how porous it is and whatnot, yada, yada, yada. But then you still get people who want to do a pine deck, and I just say, that's fine, we'll still do it. Anything they get done, they want it to be good quality, Price is our price, So,
yeah.
And you just got to be sort of firm but polite about it, So telling people, send me emails, send me heaps of photos. If you can, measure it. And like, I've got, I've had people who are in Aussie with rentals that we've just done everything over email and gotten the jobs. But still, I think it's really important when you do show up is you got to be really, genuine, take your sunnies off and have a nice haircut, or I have a couple of nice dress shirts with my gym builders on it, and a pair of, and then you sort of just look a little bit more organized. If they're struggling, maybe they need to just refine the way that they're actually approaching people as well. But yeah, I don't know.
And you know what you know now.
Yeah.
What would you tell Aiden if he didn't actually close the job on the trial? But the quotes coming in.
Yeah. The trial is, I think the trial is there essentially just to show you that the system works, that it can generate leads, right? And it's going to, realistically, it's going to take, it's going to take a little while to actually fill your pipeline, right? Like, you might, if you're really quiet and you go price a job and you can start next week, good. But like sometimes it takes, I might not hear back from a client for a couple of weeks, or they're still pondering things as well. So, and like if say we got 50 leads in a month, out of that, 20 of them might qualify. And out of that 20, there might be only maybe 5 to 6 that go through. It's not up to you to close the job. It's up to it's a very personal thing between the tradie and the client, right? Like they've got it, you've got to, so I think it's about building It's about building over the 3 months so that, or like, so that things that you have priced will come in and things will start rolling over in that type of aspect, as opposed to expecting to do a trial, land a bunch of jobs, and then, I think it's a time thing, eh?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's about really committing and just, and for the first couple of months, it might be a little bit tricky, You just got to stick it in, eh? Does that sort of help? I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we stuck through it, which was good.
Yeah.